Hello, Durud and Shalom. How's everyone doing? Guys, as we speak right now, Israel might be planning the second phase of the attack in Iran. There's a lot of information being analysis right now being spread around that we might be seeing again. I don't know if this is true or not. Hold on, let me check my audio. Okay, my audio is working. How's my audio, guys, in the chat? We might actually be seeing Israel attacking the Iranian regime again in just a few days, if not like I'm talking less than a week. And again, I don't know. Okay, Amir is here saying we be live and saying Amir saying sounds good. Thank you so much, Amir. Thank you for being here. Fantastic. So audio confirmed. All right, guys, we actually might be seeing the 12-day war entering its new phase, like the 12-day war just being the first phase of what Israel is planning to do again in Iran. And it seems like, based on the analysis that I'm seeing, if it's correct, it seems like it's going to be a repeat of what happened in Lebanon, meaning that the second phase is going to be more covert, more limited rate, something that the ceasefire could actually still be, we could pretend that the ceasefire is still in effect, exactly like it happened in Lebanon. So you come in and you do the major operations, you took out Nasrallah, you took out like all the everything in Lebanon, and then you do a ceasefire, but you maintain your control over Lebanon, you maintain your air superiority, and then you just start taking out key assets one by one as needed without making it look like it's a full head-to-head confrontational war. Um, and again, the Islamic Republic is given all the excuses and motivations for Israel to do that. They just came out and announced there were two main mullahs, two high-ranking mullahs in Iran who just came out and issued fatwas for basically taking out Trump. I don't know if you guys saw that. They're promising that they will continue to enrich uranium, and honestly, they can. Right? They have the knowledge. There's no guys. Let me promise you something. There is absolutely zero ways to completely remove the Iranian regime's ability to enrich uranium unless you topple the regime. I mean, Iran, I don't know if you guys noticed, but Iran is a very, very big country and they have a lot of space to hide things. And once you learn something, you can't unlearn it. I mean, you can't take out some of their scientists, that will slow them down, but still, they will have that knowledge. Okay, the cat lady saying, is it true that they arrested the Jews in Iran? I heard they arrested 700 and basically executed two. Yes, they did. They're arresting people for the most random freaking reasons. Just people just commenting on the 12-day war. They're being arrested as for being spies. They're particularly going after the Baha'i community right now in Iran and the Jewish community, especially the Baha'i community. And it also shows that a lot of these arrests are not meant to actually stop the sabotage. It's meant to appease the hardliners for the government, because the main source of threat to the regime right now is the hardliners being pissed at the regime for why you so weak. Okay, why you so weak? This is why propaganda is very important for the Islamic Republic. It's very important because that's their last leg to stand on. That's basically their last pillar that needs to be taken out for the whole thing to crumble. That's why even when you see that their entire survival depends on them, I don't know, maybe finding spies and taking out threats, they still focus on propaganda, because the pro-regime people, if they lose hope in the regime, that would be the minute that the regime falls. So that's why a lot of the arrests right now that you're seeing in Iran, more than it making strategic sense for actually stopping spies and espionage or anything else, like the Israel's intelligence operations in Iran, they are more likely to they're more designed to give the hardliners in Iran the impression that the regime is doing something. And the point is that the reason why they go after Baha'is is because a lot of hardliners in Iran have the under have this they believe in this myth that the Baha'is are basically Zionist agents. That's the point. That's the reason why they do it. But actually, let me give you some reasons why it absolutely. Okay, so here's the thing. I think the war will happen again. Okay, a lot of people are saying it's going to happen pretty soon. I don't know if it's going to happen soon, but Israel's going to attack the regime in Iran again at some point, unless the regime gets toppled before that. Like it's going. That's what. Yeah, Tech Cat Lady saying monsters exactly. Yeah, it's horrible. But it just, regardless of all the politics that between United States and Israel and the Arab countries around the Persian Gulf and all that dance that is happening, we're talking about survival of Israel. And it just absolutely makes no sense for you. The only the greatest threat to Israel's survival is the Islamic Republic. And the Islamic Republic has been pushed to the edge and it's about to collapse. It just makes absolutely no sense for you not to basically push it and just get it over with. It just makes no sense. Like, just from a logical perspective, it would be an insane chapter in history for Israel to have come so close to just finally getting rid of its enemy, finally getting rid of its main existential threat, the only thing that could basically threaten the survival of Israel, getting so close to it and be like, oh, okay, I guess Trump didn't want us to continue. I guess the world looked down upon it. I guess there was too much political pressure. I guess the political environment was just not, and it just didn't seem like a good idea because too many people were saying like, nah, don't do it. It's not good, Israel. We will condemn you. I mean, it's not like the whole world doesn't condemn Israel all the time, regardless of what they do. So it would be bizarre for Israel to all of a sudden. I mean, I understand when Trump wants something, and when the United States, when Trump is pressuring Israel, that's a different situation because Israel cannot afford to be pissing off Trump too much. So I understand that. But the solution to that is just to continue doing what you're doing in Iran, but in a much more subtle way. Using your commandos, using your spies, using drones, maybe some low level airstrikes that doesn't look like you're just in a comfort, like basically enough for it it needs to be low level enough to not piss off Trump. But it's easy to topple the regime now that basically a lot of the now that Israel has complete air superiority. I mean, air dominance basically over Iran's airspace. It's just easy now to be able to hit the regime in strategic places without actually going into head-to-head confrontational war with the regime in in the exact right spots that will eventually topple the regime, like taking out key people. And also, I think the regime, because it needs to appease its own hardliners, eventually it will give Israel the excuse to basically move in and finalize the job because they cannot help themselves. They have to. They have to enrich uranium, or else their own base is going to give up on them. They have to make threats to United States and Israel again, and again, that's going to give Israel the excuse to just move in and finish the job. So that's one key element, given the weekend, how this is a critical window. You understand that if you, I mean, these people are sitting on a lot of oil and gas. This is a very the regime is weak, but if they survive, they can rebuild. They are sitting on a lot of oil and gas. They can rebuild. They can use that money to basically rebuild their arsenal. So it's very important for us to not let them do that. I mean, it's very important for Israel not let them do that. Also, more and more studies or reports are coming out that are showing that the nuclear threat is not gone. Right? I mean, the attack was pretty intense, but it didn't. So the nuclear threat is there. I mean, let me be honest, actually, guys. The nuclear threat is not. Let me tell you something that some other people, other pro-Israeli channels might not tell you. The Iranian regime getting access to a nuclear bomb. The reason why that's dangerous is not because the regime will ever use a nuclear bomb. Okay, the reason for that is that the deterring power of a nuclear bomb is so strong that the regime will be able to, with that level of deterrence, the regime will be able to do everything else it has ever done on a much larger scale. So when it comes to supporting terrorists in the region, um, basically supporting another thing like October 7th, they would become a lot more confident in doing so, because they will have a North Korea situation where nobody would ever make a move to topple the regime ever again, because they know that if the regime is close to being toppled, they have nukes and they might use them. So that's the point of the nuclear bomb, because a lot of people think that, oh, if the regime in Iran gets access to nuclear weapons, that's going to end in that we're going to see like a new mushroom cloud over Tel Aviv one day. They're not going to use it like that. They want to take. They will basically be doing a lot more October 7th. So the regime, the regime in Iran getting access to nuclear weapons means a lot more October 7th, not a mushroom cloud over Tel Aviv. Oh, by the way, the pro-Palestinian people, so-called pro-Palestinian people, showed up with their flag of Palestine, which is a terrorist symbol, by the way, guys. So anybody is using the flag of Palestine in the chat right now, filling the chat. That's like, I just want you guys know that's a symbol for terrorism. Okay, it's not a symbol for freeing anybody. It's actually a symbol for keeping the people in Gaza in chain under Hamas. That's what it is. Yeah, poor Pallies are here, guys. They showed up. They usually always, if you wait long enough, they will eventually show up. Angry keyboard warrior is asking. They don't want to use nukes to bring the end times. No, no, nope, no. These people are about wealth. They're about power. They're about survival. They use their religion. The end times narratives are a tool. Are a tool for the whole religion is a weapon. They're like they are very comfortable. They don't want the end times. They have very comfortable, wealthy, powerful lives. Why would they want to bring the end times? They have some idiot followers that might think like that, but they themselves, no, they want power. They want wealth. Like this pro Palestine, this pro Pali person is saying, you're scared of the flag. I mean, you're not even fucking banned, you idiot. You're still here. Oh, oh wow, the Palestinian flag. I'm so scared. Please don't show it to me. Please don't show me the Palestinian flag. What was this message that was deleted? Somebody was spamming? Oh no, Alpha. You terrified me. I'm shaking. You showed me the Palestinian flag. I'm shaking. You guys are so insane. You guys are so pathetically weak that you try to have. This is by the way, guys, this whole the axis of resistance, the pro-Palestinian Islamists, these idiots, they are they the delusion of power that they have, this is the reason why they're so weak. Oh wow, they're spamming the entire chat with the Palestinian flag. Pathetic. You guys have zero arguments, you have zero power. Trolling and spamming is all you have because you know you're pathetic. You guys know that you have nothing. You guys know that you have nothing. That's why they're spamming the chat. Yeah. Look at it, they're showing up here. Yeah, by the way, yes, free Palestine from Islam, free Palestine from Hamas. Okay. Oh, by the way, one more important thing I wanted to mention. I want to focus on the chat because the crazy people are showing up here. But let me actually remind something. Let me tell you one more reason why it's very, very crucial for us to finish the job, for Israel to finish the job, is that when you corner a dog, an aggressive dog, okay, if you corner it, it's more likely to bite, right? The Islamic Republic right now feels very, very threatened, and that makes them more dangerous. So basically, when you go for the kill, you can't. No half measures are acceptable because if you go halfway, you haven't made the situation better. You actually have made the situation worse. The Islamic Republic really, really is terrified right now. And right now, they are more dangerous than ever before. So you either should have left them alone, which is not a good option. But the worst option is to just do half measures. It's basically go for the kill and not finish the job. That is that makes them a lot more aggressive and a lot more dangerous because they're desperate to try everything now to try to survive. And the thing is that they're not very organized anymore because you basically took out their key people. So, with regards to surviving, what the solution to surviving, there's going to be many different parts of the regime with different ideas. And because there's nobody there to manage them, I mean, their supreme leader is still hiding in a hole, and the main IRGC commanders have all been taken out. So you're going to see a lot of more random responses to this threat of annihilation by different fractions within the regime, all having their own solutions and all of them trying to survive. And some of them are going to be very extreme. Some of these methods of what the hell do we do now to survive are going to be very extreme. And the Islamic Republic is now more dangerous. I mean, less capable, but more crazy. I mean, they were always crazy, but they're now more crazy. There are a lot more random responses is not going to come out of the Islamic Republic. So if you could have tolerated the Islamic Republic before, you cannot tolerate them anymore. So if you're in, go all the way in and finish the job. Look at this. Tiffany in the chat is saying Zios got themselves canceled in the eyes of the public and humanity. Well, Tiffany, you are delusional, and it must really hurt you, anti-Israeli people, to see that Israel is destroying its enemies one by one and getting stronger every day, regardless of opinions of you and the people who think like you. And it's so interesting how you idiots and you terrorist sympathizers think that the rest of the world is with you. Like, you're delusional. But it's interesting how even if you guys keep spreading anti-Israeli hate around the world, Israel is just doing its job, being more effective and more powerful than before, being shocking the entire planet in how effective they are at taking out their enemies. So all your anti-Israeli hate, no matter how far and wide you spread them, Israel is keeps just doing its thing. Israel is getting it must because a lot of these people, a lot of the anti-Israelis, they are so jealous of Israel, of the power of Israel, of the superiority of Israel, of the intelligence of Israelis, and they are so jealous. They think that by going around and saying free Palestine, or spreading anti-Israeli hate, and because they get so happy to see like, oh, more people are going to believe this, and then they get so shocked that none of that actually worked, that Israel didn't. They think like, oh, we don't have the technology of Israel, we don't have the power of Israel, we don't have the economy of Israel, we're pathetically weak and stupid, and we're a laughing stock, and we're so easily eliminated, and our economy is in the trash, and there's nothing is working out for the axis of resistance. But maybe if we keep spreading hate against Israel, maybe at some point that will make Israel weak. Maybe if the entire and they're delusional, I think the entire world will turn against Israel, and that will make Israel weak. And then they look like we look around and like, nope, no effect on Israel. Israel is still strong. Israel is still superior to all its enemies, smarter, more intelligent, more entrepreneurial, more economically advanced, more technologically advanced, and their methods are going. And you know what? Your opinions, uh, Tiffany, and the rest of the anti-Zionist idiots that are watching us right now, your opinions are irrelevant. It had no effect on Israel. Your opinions did nothing to weaken Israel. Israel's every operation is more exceptional and shocking than ever. Israel keeps changing how warfare is done. Every time Israel does a new operation, it just changes the history of warfare. It adds a new chapter on how war is done. It keeps pushing. Like, we thought the pager attacks were insane, and they come out and they do pull this off in Iran, and the whole world is just like. And this is why, by the way, guys, this is why the Abraham Accords are back on the table, because you guys are going around in Western countries and saying free Palestine and spreading your anti-Israeli hate. But back in the Arab countries, they're like, holy shit, these Israelis are not only they're not going any away, they're getting like the Arab countries around around the Persian Gulf and the entire neighborhood, they're bending the knee to Israel, because unlike you idiots, the Arabs in the region are like, yeah, these people are powerful. These people cannot be messed with. We need to bend the knee. You know, the Abrahamic Accord was the whole point of October 7th was to get rid of the Abrahamic Accord. And now look at the Arab countries. They're like, shit, man, these Israelis, yeah, bring it back on. Like, bring back the Abrahamic Accord. They are like, there's no way standing up. There's no point standing against Israel. You have to play with these people. These people are just too good. I mean, it was so impressive what they did in Iran. Oh, Tiffany says, long live Palestinians. There's no such thing. Oh, honey. Oh, sweetheart, Tiffany, I have bad news for you. There's no such thing as a Palestinian. It's fantasy. You made that shit up. That thing doesn't even exist. Long live something that doesn't even exist? It wasn't even alive to begin with. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to break your heart, Tiffany. Yeah, long live Israel. Israel continues to live, unlike your fantasy, your made up Palestine idea, and getting stronger every day. Every day. Ooh, man, I'm pissing these people off today. Ooh, look at the butthurt in the chat. So it's hate speech. What is hate speech? Palestine doesn't exist. There's no such thing. How's that hate speech? Hate speech is being so-called pro-Palestine. That is hate speech, because you guys have brought so much misery to the people in the West Bank and Gaza by selling them this delusion of something called Palestine. So they're fighting for their own misery. Hey, Sohail is here. Oh my god, look at all the Palestinian flags in the chat. How is it that every time we come and talk about Israel, you guys show up? You guys are so butthurt. You must like this is why you guys show up here. Because every time you see Israel is winning, you guys show up because you have nothing like you have no arguments. Like look at this. Assad is saying free Palestine. Yes, yeah, I agree. Free so-called Palestine from Hamas, from Islam. And Tiffany run out of arguments, so just putting Palestinian flags in the chat. You guys have no points, no arguments, nothing. You basically when I come here and tell you why Israel is winning and why Israel is humiliating you guys, they're humiliating the so-called pro-Palestinians, humiliating anti-Israelis, humiliating all these anti-Semites, humiliating anti-Zionists. When I give you the points and I show you how pathetic you guys are, you have nothing. You go like, oh shit, this guy is right. Like this guy, we have nothing against his point. So let me just put more Palestinian flags in the chat because there's no way that we could actually respond to him. I mean, give me your best. If you have anything, let me know. I would like to hear it. Yeah, TRSNL is saying, I like how you're making them mad. It's funny. It is a good source of entertainment. Pissing off anti Israeli people is a major source of my entertainment. Oh, Tiffany, look at this. Tiffany saying you have no point. Saying a people doesn't exist is not an argument. Oh, Tiffany, you're just too stupid to understand what I'm saying. I didn't say that people don't exist. I think you're just not you're not very intelligent. I think you should subscribe to this channel and watch these videos more to understand what I'm saying. I'm saying their identity doesn't exist. The Palestinian concept doesn't exist. I didn't say the people don't exist. Again, I know it's too hard for you to understand these concepts. It's too complicated for you. I mean, most anti-Israeli people are very dumb, so this is pretty normal. I understand that, but I didn't say that those people don't exist. But again, complicated ideas for anti-Israeli people. Those people do exist. We refer to them here as people as Gazans or people of the West Bank. We just think they're not Palestinian. If they were smart, they would be Israeli right now. Just like the lucky Arabs who are now citizens of Israel, who have more rights and more freedom than any Arab or any Muslim in any other Arab or Muslim country in the world. So if they weren't anti-Semitic, they would be Israelis today and they would be enjoying their Israeli citizenship. But no, idiots like you, spread anti-Jewish lies, and they give them the hope for them to be able to annihilate Israel one day. And they basically gave up their own right to become citizens of a great nation called Israel. Nino, thank you so much. Nina just gifted 5 memberships to the people in the chat. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. I mean, it's so funny that you guys believe in Palestine, uh, given that Arabs don't even have a letter that makes the sound P. Do you understand how stupid you people are? Do you understand how foreign of a concept this is to that area? Do you know, like you call Palestine is, you guys are so called anti imperialists, are using an imperialist name brought by Romans with the sound P for a people that don't even have the letter for the sound P. You guys are imperialists pretending to be anti imperialist. It's so insane. Oh, this is so much fun every time. Yes, you became Satan's minion again for 1 month. Yes. Hey, by the way, the haters in the chat. Now that you're here, like the stream, like the stream while you're at it. It helps us grow. By the way, guys, imagine if Israel. You know how so many people condemn Israel. Imagine if Israel actually does finish the job. Imagine if we actually move. Israel comes in. Hold on, you guys cannot see my beautiful, beautiful flag. I have to change the angle. Nope, not this there. Yes, there we go. That's right. That's better. So the flag, you guys should always see my flag. What was I saying? Yes. Imagine if Israel actually removes the Islamic Republic. The service that Israel has done to the world, I mean, it's a thankless job. It's basically the world's dirty work that the rest of the world is not willing to do. We have, three main sources of evil in the world, both when it comes both physically and ideologically. One of them is Putin, the other one is the CCP, and the main one is actually the Islamic Republic right now. And Israel is paying the highest price fighting one of the world's greatest evil, and basically saving the world from this toxic ideologies that the Islamic Republic spreads around the world, and also a lot of terrorism, a lot of funding of evil people all around the world. And instead of the whole world just not coming to the aid of Israel to fight this fight, these idiots come and condemn Israel. But Israel is doing the world's dirty work, fighting this, like it's Israeli soldiers that are paying the heaviest price for it. And this is why supporting Israel is supporting the world. If you support Israel, you're supporting the world. If you're against Israel, you're against the world, because Israel is saving the entire planet from one of its greatest evils. The whole world should be thanking Israel. The whole world should be supporting Israel. If you're pro-Israeli, you're not just pro-Israeli. If you're pro-Israeli, you're pro-life. You're anti this cult of death that is trying to come over and take the entire world. Tiffany's asking why. I mean, Tiffany, I don't think that you're smart enough to understand these things. But I'll try. I'll try to explain this to you, okay? There's this cult of death called Islam, and is spreading a lot of sickness and disease all around the world, and is causing a lot of headache all around the world. And the Islamic Republic is the main funder of it and the main spreader of this tumor all around the world. Okay, and is the Islamic Republic has removed the Pahlavi dynasty from Iran so that they could use the wealth of the Iranian people and their natural resources to create a Shia Islamic empire and dominate the entire planet. So after phase one, it being the Pahlavi dynasty, it now is trying to go after Israel so that they could remove Israel from the way. All you guys, by the way, all the anti-Israelis in the chat, you guys are the foot soldiers of the Islamic Republic, because you have no idea how much you're influenced by them. Like a lot of the anti-Israeli views that has brainwashed you in the media, it's either because of the Islamic Republic's influence or Qatar. It's one of these two. And you guys have become brainwashed under the influence of these people spreading these toxic ideas. But the point is to eventually remove Israel off the map so that they could dominate the entirety of the Middle East. And again, different people tried to dominate the Middle East. At first, it was the pan Arabist, which it wasn't about Islam. They were socialists. They were more kind of like Arab Nazis. They believed in Arab superiority, and they were trying to unite, not unite Muslims, but unite Arabs to basically take over the Middle East. That would have been really horrible. And that didn't work. That didn't work. Um, and then we had the Sunnis try to do that with the Muslim Brotherhood. That didn't work either. They failed. And now this last attempt, which is the most successful attempt, is the Shia attempt by the Islamic Republic. And this has been the most successful attempt. Like basically they mixed the beliefs of Muslim Brotherhood. They kind of mixed it up with the Shia Islam and Marxism, and the concept of Vilayat Faqih was created from Khomeini by Khomeini, and that took over Iran. They removed the Pahlavi, and now they want to go after Israel to be able to bring their Shia empire and basically take over the Middle East. And then after they want to create a political bloc that is centered around Shia Islam, just like we had the Soviet Union and the West before. They want to create the West as Dar al Kufr versus this Shia, not caliphate because that's Sunni, but they wanted to bring this Islamic imamate that basically fights the Western world, and that would be the final phase. So phase one was the Pahlavi. Phase two is to remove Israel. Phase three is to defeat the Western world, destroy the Western imperialism, what we refer to as the World Liberal Order, and basically dominate the whole world. So the enemies of Israel are basically the enemies of the West, and they're the enemies of the world. Because the whole liberal order that I'm talking about is the reason why every single one of you, every single ungrateful one of you in the chat is living a much more peaceful, much more stable lifestyle than ever recorded in human history, with a lot more access to the amount of well-being that was unimaginable by people just 150 years ago. This new world order that we have, and the Marxists and the Islamists are trying to destroy that. And the main enemy, the main block in their way is Israel. Israel is basically standing between the enemies of the globe, enemies of everything that has made the world a better place, um, and the enemies, and the world, between the enemies of that and the world. Enemy is Israel is the wall between them. They're basically the guards at the wall between the army of the undead and the civilized world. That's what Israel is. That's why we support Israel here, because supporting Israel is supporting everything that makes the world a much better place. Yes, SB saying thank you, Israel. Yeah, guys, um, people pro-Israelis in the chat, say thank you, Israel, in the chat, so that these anti-Israelis who are filling the chat. Yeah, exactly. Daniel saying fight back, Armin. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, guys, like put in the chat, say thank you, Israel, so that these anti-Israelis in the chat, they see that. Yeah, thank you, IDF. Fantastic. Daniel saying thank you, IDF. Yeah, thank you, Israel. Thank you, Israel. Thank you, Israel. Yeah, thank you. Fantastic. Look at this. You guys keep thinking like you're the only people who exist. Everybody hates Israel now. Look at this. Heavy Griddle saying thanks, Israel. You get that. That's like, wow, you guys are high in number. Yeah, look at that. See, guys? Where are the anti Israelis in the chat who keep coming here like, oh, everybody hates Israel now? Look at that. I'm Israel Kai. Thank you, Israel. I mean, do Israelis appreciate how much their country? Do you guys understand, Israelis in the chat? Do you guys understand how what a blessing you are to the world? Like, I don't know if, because I think some Israelis might think not understand that. Like, you guys know that your survival is not just for your benefit. You guys are basically the guardians of the planet against a cult of death. This is why it's so annoying when so many people are anti-Israeli. Instead of thanking Israel, they're so ungrateful. Like a lot of the world is so ungrateful. Wow, guys, you guys filled the chat with like I cannot keep up anymore. That's amazing. You guys, Israelis in the chat, do you understand that? Do you guys understand that the survival of Israel is not just about Israel? that your enemies are trying to remove you because they have their eyes on the rest of the world? Like the whole point of fighting you is not just to remove the Jews. The whole point of fighting you is because you're in their way. Oh, Tiffany is saying you sound. Tiffany is telling me that I sound like Hitler. How do I sound like Hitler? You're the one who wants to remove the Jews. What the hell? How do I sound like Hitler? What the hell? Oh, look at this. They like somebody saying more. Somebody saying more Jewish lies. Yeah, and I look at this. The anti-Israelis. Look at the language of the anti-Israelis, and they say I sound like Hitler. The anti-Jewish people in the chat are saying I sound like Hitler. This is crazy. Look at this. Look at this. He's saying Jews love starving kids. And I sound like Hitler? How are you guys this delusional? This is funny. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Heavy Gritzel saying Holocaust inversion is a Nazi talking point. That's a good point. Oh, Amir, you're saying I am on my phone from a safe room. Why? What's happening right now? Is something happening in Israel? Amir, what's happening? Yeah, Darko is saying stay safe, Amir. Is there news happening right now in Israel? I like how so many anti-Israeli people um get shocked when somebody comes here and defends Israel. They live in their bubble and they think everybody thinks like them. So they get shocked when somebody comes and tells them how delusional they are. Oh, the Houthis launched again. It's the Houthis launched. Okay. Guys in Israel, stay safe. Look at this. Look at the people who are anti-Israeli, like, oh, Jews love to do this and they like to starve children. Well, they're being attacked by terrorists, by Houthis. You guys, the anti-Israelis in the chat, you're literally supporting. You're literally on the terrorist side. The Houthis are attacking Israel right now because they hate Jews. They actually say they say they hate Jews, and Israelis are trying to defend themselves, and you're on the side of the Houthis. Yeah, exactly. Daniel saying they're projecting. So, by the way, the Houthis attack. So the Houthis are now right now attacking Israel, which it goes back to the topic of our stream. You could see the threats against Israel have not been removed because how are the Houthis shooting missiles at Israel? It's because of the support of the IRGC. So yeah, Israelis, this is a good reminder that you need to finish the job. You need to just get rid of the entire regime. Or look at these people, this anti-Israelis in the chat saying, "Thank you, IRGC." No, thank you for showing other people that people who are anti-Israel they support terrorist organizations. You guys know that people. Let me tell you this: anybody who says "Free Palestine" without being ironic about it or anything, and actually anybody who uses the flag of Palestine or says free Palestine, you are terrorist sympathizers. You're on the side of terrorists. You're supporting terrorist organizations. That's what you are. So keep putting the flags of Palestine and saying free Palestine. You're on the wrong side of history. You're on the side of barbarians. We're on the side of civilization. You're on the side of barbarians. We're on team life. You're supporting a cult of death. So keep marking yourself as terrorist sympathizers with your Palestinian flags. Free shipping. Yes. Yeah. I mean, you right now, you guys understand? Like, I mean, just go look at the Houthis and then go look at Israel. The Houthis are attacking Israel right now. My Israeli friends in the chat, they're actually going into their bunkers and their safe rooms just to stay safe against the Houthi attacks. And you idiots think that you are actually on the right side of history. I mean, just go to Tel Aviv and talk to people and just see what a nice country and what a nice place Israel is, right? And then go. I mean, I won't recommend it, but go to Yemen and then look at the Houthis, and then anybody just looking at the Houthis and then looking at the Israelis, they can see that whose side they should be on. I mean, you're literally on the side of the terrorists who have curse upon the Jews on their flag. You're on their side, and you think that you're the moral ones. You think that you're on the right side of history. You genuinely think that the Israeli side is the evil one. It's unbelievable how stupid you guys can be. Look, you're on the side of this guy who's calling me a typical Jew. Like he thinks like a Jew is using the word Jew as an insult. You're on that guy's side. Yes. Dark is saying, and they're proud of it. Yes, exactly. This is so much fun looking at the anti-Israeli idiots showing up here and responding to them. It's becoming one of my hobbies. I wish they had some arguments that I could like respond to. That would have been even more fun. But they have nothing. Like I wish like some of these anti-Israelis actually had a point. Nail by saying, to be fair, Armin, they are probably all the same guy. No, they just sound like the same guy. Look, oh Tiffany, oh Tiffany, oh no, I'm defeated. This is why the watermelons, the Palestinian flag. No, no, I wasn't ready for that, guys. All my arguments became invalid. I wasn't ready for that. Like I thought these people have nothing, but all of a sudden I saw watermelons and Palestinian flag. My weakness, my weakness. I have nothing. I have no response. I don't know what to do. Guys, we have been exposed. We have been defeated. There's too many watermelons for me. I don't know. I don't know what to do. Guys, what did we do? How did you find my weakness, Tiffany? How did you find my weakness? I don't know what to do. Like that. I mean, if you had 3 watermelons, maybe I could have dealt with that. But there's just too many. Good job. You showed us. You showed Israel. Israel is going to crumble tomorrow because you posted watermelons in our chat. Israel is no more. Israel is collapsing. Yes, Tiffany, you're right. We are exposed. Like you are exposed. And it's all thanks to your watermelons in the chat. It's all thanks to you. Good job. Israel defeated. Israel has been exposed. I mean, Mossad's intelligence superiority, IDF's missiles, all their planes, all the technology, Israel's economy, all of that. They are nothing compared to Tiffany's watermelons in the chat. They're nothing. Like everything, the pager attack, the spies Israel has, all the operations, all their military equipment, everything Israel has done. Ignore all of that. Tiffany posted some watermelons in the chat. It's over, guys. It's over. Pack it up. Israel was like a temporary project. We weren't ready for watermelons in the chat. It's done. Ouchies. Exactly. We're saying ouchies. Guys, Israel is in the chat. I'm sorry. Israel is over. We have been defeated. People are posting Palestinian flags. Too many people are saying free Palestine. And we cannot handle that. And all of a sudden, the watermelons, then that was it. That was done. It was it. Oh, Angry Keyboard Warrior saying, you Zionist pro G side. What has Bara? I win. So, yes, exactly. Hold on. Yeah, that's all they have. Ouchies, guys. We heard. We've been hurt. We have been destroyed. Yes. Guys, why are you not trying a different, a new method? Like, you have tried coming here, like, you have tried going into the streets saying free Palestine, and then year by year Israel got stronger. So at some point you have to look in the mirror, like, are we not insane? Like, why are we keep using, we're trying to defeat Israel, and no matter how many times we shouted free Palestine, and no matter how many times we posted Palestinian flags everywhere, and no matter how many times we put watermelons everywhere, like, year after year Israel got stronger. So at some point, you guys have, like, I hope you have two neurons to rub against each other to fight to maybe realize, like, hey, this is actually not working. Like, hey, like, this is not actually defeating Israel. This guy is saying the resistance will always be around if Israel exists. I mean, I hope you guys are always around, so that we could laugh at you. I mean, the resistance, what are what are you resisting? You're resisting common sense. You're resisting being civilized. You're resisting life. You're resisting civilization. You're resisting being sane. And as soon as we manage to, like, pull out all your teeth so that you're not harmful to anybody, I hope you may still are around. It's good to point at you guys and laugh. I mean, we don't want you guys to be completely gone. You're a major source of our entertainment. Oh, Shirabi, thank you so much for the super chat saying they don't understand the Middle East. Yes, they don't understand. I mean, they don't understand anything, to be fair. But yes, thank you for the super chat. By the way, guys, if you send me super chats, I will make sure to respond to them. Free watermelon from Melons. Yeah, actually, we should start a campaign. Free watermelon campaign from the resistance. We should free watermelons. I think watermelons have been um hijacked. Wait, what did the cat lady say? The cat lady saying, Armin, you literally genocided me right now. Literally. Really? I didn't know you're in. I have 2 millions. I can't. The war on melons. Yeah, okay, two. Okay. Free watermelons. Free fruit salads for everyone. Yes. We have to be careful with our chance, because if we keep saying free watermelons, people will expect that we're going to be providing watermelons for free. Yeah, I mean, the free Palestine people, you have to be very careful. If you keep shouting free Palestine, then people are going to come and take your land, and, like, you told us it's free. I mean, you're not occupied yet, but if you keep saying free Palestine, you're going to get occupied because you keep offering that place for free. Like, and be like, hey, this is false advertising. You told us it's free. Yes, free Palestine. Come take, yeah, exactly, Tiffany. Free Palestine. Come take it for free. Come. I mean, this is why Israel is now in Gaza. Okay, Israel was not in Gaza. You guys kept on shouting free Palestine, and Israel like, oh, it's free. Okay, I'll take it. So that's why they're back. This is why we should give Gaza to Israel, because you guys just offered it for free. Yes. I mean, I can't wait to see what Israel would do with Gaza. The beach resorts there. I mean, Gaza will become so beautiful under Israel. I mean, it has, look at it. It has a lot of beachfront. It would be such a good resort, a major tourist destination. I mean, Israel could show how Israelis know exactly what to do with the land. It could show them that these so-called Palestinians, they have no talent, they have no idea what to do with land. They just turned it into such a great place for building and construction. They turned it into a terrorist haven. So once we manage to finally get Gaza away from the so-called Palestinians and give it to Israel, Israel will show you how it's done. Israel will show you how you could bring commerce, prosperity, building, construction to a land that it has such a perfect place. I mean, I don't want Trump to have it, by the way, because Trump is like, "Oh, I'm gonna Gaza is ours." Like, what the hell? No, that's for Israel. Gaza is for Israel. Oh, we got Darko just gave us 5 memberships for the people in the chat. Thank you, Darko. I appreciate that. Thank you, Darko. That's very sweet. Yes, guys. By the way, I would anybody becoming members is a very good way to support this channel. Also, super chats, and memberships are a really good way. Billy saying Gaza is for Israel. Not yet, but hopefully soon. Both Gaza and the so-called West Bank, all of that should be Israel. Because look at the Arabs in Israel. They are the best off in the world. I mean, the Arabs in Israel, I think that more of them are realizing that they are. I mean, look at the Arabs who are citizens of Israel. Compare their situation, the amount of rights and freedoms that they have, compared to Arabs in any other Arab country. The best place to be an Arab is in Israel. Very successful. Commerce just makes everything better. The more commerce you have, people's lives will get better. I mean, imagine, guys, if 50 years from now, if we look at Gaza and we just see a lot of development, a lot of prosperity, beach resorts, Israel just taking over that area and just making the best use out of it. And there's also a lot of gas also off the beach there that Israel could use. Oh, Tiffany making my point for me, saying Arabs in Sweden are successful. Yeah, I was talking about Arabs in Arab countries. So, yeah, Tiffany, the best place Arabs could be to be successful is in non Arab countries. You actually made my point. The best place to be an Arab is a non Arab country. You know that was an argument for my. So, in the Middle East, the best place to be an Arab is in Israel, which is a non Arab country. And in the rest of the world, yeah, the best place to be an Arab is in none. Thank you for making my point. Actually, thank you. You're too dumb to realize that was a point for me. This guy's saying more Jewish racist lies. I'm not even Jewish. I'm Iranian, by the way, right? Like I think you have been calling me a Jewish liar for a while. I didn't want to correct you because it was kind of funny. I'm not Jewish. I'm Iranian. And I'm Iranian, who is very grateful that the IDF has came into Iran and has attacked the regime in Iran, saving my people from this evil empire. Shira, thank you so much for the super sticker saying the Jewish people stand with the Persian people. Thank you, thank you. The way I would say it, I mean, I appreciate that, but the way I like to word it is that Israeli people stand with Iranian people and vice versa, right? Because Iran is half Persian, and we also have the other half of Iran is, let's see. Let me see if I could list all of them. Right? We have Azeris, we have Kurds, we have Bakhtiaris, we have Lor, we have Baluchis, we have Gilakis. No, I cannot list all of them. There's so many. I'm gonna forget some of them. We have even Arabs, a small percentage Arab in Iran as well, just like Israel. Israel has a higher percentage Arab than Iran. Israel has 20% Arab. I think the Arab population in Iran is under 5%. Turkmen. Azari, I mentioned Azari. Yeah. So Israel has more Arabs than Iran. We have how many? What percentage of Iran is Arab? 5%? I think it's 5%. Let me see. Oh, there was somebody. Danny's saying, Armin, what about the Baluch people in Pakistan declaring independence? I'm against that. I'm against any separatist movement. I'm against changing borders unless there is a major act of genocide happening somewhere, or there's a referendum and it's done. Um, there's a referendum that a democratic country is just allowing a people to secede because they're just allowing a referendum to take place, right? But other than that, I'm against changing of borders. We have to. The borders are pretty good where they are. We don't need to change them unless they're being disputed. Then we need to resolve it. For example, Israel needs to take over Gaza, and Israel needs to take over the West Bank, and Israel needs to take over the Golan Heights. Those should all be Israel. Hmm. Nike saying, Armin, do you think the hardliners will tone it down with their extreme views as reformers convince them with survival of regime? No. I think they're going to. I think they're going to actually become more extreme now. I mean, to be honest, there's so many different reactions in Iran. Like there are many different groups coming with different reactions, and now because a lot of their leaders have been killed, is much more unorganized. But the hardliners are pissed. They want blood, and they're going to become more extreme now. That's why Israel needs to finish the job in Iran, because these people are going to become more extreme as a result of what happened. Yeah, UV saying Arabs are 20% of of the people in Israel and all the pharmacists in Israel for some reason. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I heard also a lot of doctors in Israel are Arab. Is that true? A lot of your judges are Arab as well. So somebody's asking, Armin, do you think Trump will allow it? Um, I think Israel has to be very careful. I think if they do what they're doing in Lebanon, so in Lebanon they have a ceasefire in Lebanon, but that's not stopping Israel from just going in and basically taking out different assets when they need to. So I think they just need to tone it down, maybe. I mean, unless the Islamic Republic gives Israel the best excuse of all, and then Israel could just go in and escalate um, significantly. But without the excuse, Israel needs to go back into Iran, but at a level that doesn't piss off Trump. So you could basically argue that the war hasn't started again, even if it has. Like for example, the ceasefire in Lebanon it's not really a ceasefire. Israel is continuing to do anything it wants. So in the same way that we had ceasefire with Hamas, which wasn't really a ceasefire, and then we had ceasefire with Hezbollah, which wasn't really a ceasefire. I think like the ceasefire with the Iranian regime should be similar. Basically, the same type of ceasefire. Seth, thank you so much for the super chat saying Iran threatened Azerbaijan for helping Israel. First of all, it wasn't Iran, it was the regime in Iran. Okay, sorry, I'm being nitpicky about that. But yes, because the regime sees Azerbaijan as an Israel ally, and there's a strategic reason for that as well, because taking positions against Azerbaijan is easier than taking positions against Israel. A lot of the anti-Azerbaijan narratives inside Iran by the regime is also for internal consumption, just to get the hardliners feel like they need to be angry at something, okay? Because they're very desperate. They cannot get revenge the way that they want, the way that it will make actually the regime supporters happy. So they need to keep pointing fingers at so many people to distract the hardliners in Iran from the fact that they can't actually get revenge from the Islamic Republic, right? And so Azerbaijan is one good excuse. The Jews and the Baha'is in Iran are a good excuse. And now they're also going after Afghanis in Iran, which is one way for the regime to try to get the Iranian people to support the regime. Let me explain. So, a lot of Iranian people are justifiably very pissed at the mass migration that is coming from Afghanistan to Iran. Okay. And the regime uses this as a way to try to get Iranians to come back into the arms of the regime. So the regime actually tries to allow mass migration from Afghanistan to Iran, so that when the Iranian people get pissed because, higher crime, higher Islamism, um, a whole bunch of other stuff, then the regime comes in and acts like a hero by kicking these people out. The very same people that they allowed in, once the people get desperate enough, the regime comes in and kicks them out. So some people are like, oh, thank the regime, thank you. At least they did something right. So it's a strategy that the regime has. It uses Afghanistan and the people from Afghanistan as a way to and um also now that happened, there's the war between Israel and the regime happened. Now they're saying these Af- Afghanis were Israeli spies. I kid you not. This is now the regime's narrative. And they think this might work because a lot of Iranian people already are very frustrated with the mass migration from Afghanistan. So going after the Afghanis and kicking them out of the country and arresting them and punishing them by saying, oh, a lot of the intelligence superiority that Israel had in Iran was because of these Afghans in Iran, which is a weird thing to do. But like they're like, oh, let's go kick out these Afghans. It was probably them who gave out the location of our generals to Israel. I mean, this is a very bizarre accusation. I mean, this the Afghanistan, like the person who is, cleaning, like a lot of the Afghanistan who come to Iran, they're giving a lot of construction jobs, I don't know, cleaning jobs, and it's very bizarre. Like, yeah, that was that guy who told the Israelis where our generals. That's exactly what Mossad needed the most. Okay, they got like they couldn't have figured this out anyway else. It was the Afghanistanis. So basically, now they're punishing the Afghanistanis in Iran as a way to satisfy their base and some other Iranian people. Yeah, it's very weird. It's very weird. So now we're seeing a mass attack by the regime on the um, Afghani, immigrants, even the legal ones right now, right? Like, so they're going after many people, many Afghanis who are working legally in Iran. I mean, they have the paperwork. They're even going after them, and they're kicking them out as revenge against Israel, which is a. I mean, they go after. Yeah, I mean, it's just weird. Like, revenge against Israel, kick out the Afghans. So like, somehow that's somehow that makes sense to them. That is, yeah, exactly. I'm just saying it's pathetic. Yeah, because we, in Iran we call the regime Zaif Kosh, which means, I don't know how to translate that in English. It literally translates to weak killer. I don't know if there's a better translation, meaning that you're so pathetically weak, and then you're incapable of actually showing any strength against your real enemies. So you go after people that you could actually hit, who are weaker than you, right? Zaif Koshi. I don't know how to translate that into English. Like, imagine a husband who is comes home, who is angry with his boss because his boss is like basically abusing him at work, and he cannot push back against his boss, so he comes home and he beats his wife. That's the because he can because his wife is defenseless. So what he cannot do to his boss, he does that to his wife. That's basically the regime in Iran. So I cannot basically push back. I cannot push back against Israel or United States. So back at home, I go after the Jews. I go after the Baha'is. I go after the Afghan immigrants. Again, not that the issue of the Afghan immigrant is like not a problem. That is a mass migration problem that the regime is basically weaponizing. So the Iranian people who were frustrated with that, they're justified to be concerned about that. And they also go after the women, the girls and women in Iran, start arresting them, start abusing them, journalists, basically the unarmed Iranian people. So when Israel comes and attacks the regime, and the regime cannot actually respond to Israel, they just go after the people and start abusing their own people, because at least they are unarmed. And they're like, well, how is that related? Like, oh, well, I guess you're a spy. Like, why am I a spy? I'm like, because you posted something that was we didn't like. Like, okay, but that doesn't make me a spy. Like, well, I guess it does. Yeah, Heavy Greta saying Khamenei just saying shit. I just got my ass handed to me. Better start rounding up some some easy scapegoats. Exactly. That's perfect summary. Yeah, witch hunt. Danny's saying, Armin, what about Iran's water crisis? Israel is so good at water. If only they could have a friendly regime, they could help the Iranian with water conservation. Yes, Israel has the best technology when it comes to water conservation and also water desalinization, which would have been very useful right now in Iran if we had the Pahlavis in charge instead of these idiots. SP, there's no way I can explain that in English. That would take, like, I don't even know how to explain that in English. Yes, yeah, the cat lady BB did offer that to the Iranian people a long time ago. Yeah. Okay. All right, guys, I'm gonna head out. So, by the way, guys, you see at the end of the stream, the anti-Israelis basically started dwindling away. They're not here anymore. At first, they were here. They weren't at the beginning. They come usually in the middle, and then once they realize that they cannot piss us off, They usually start going away after a while. They get, and usually every time there's new ones. Their new anti-Israelis discover us because the older ones, yeah, exactly. They get humiliated. They feel like, damn it, this is not working, and they don't come to our channel anymore. But there's plenty of anti-Israelis, except Tiffany. Tiffany is still here. But usually when they come here, they feel like, oh, I'm gonna piss these people off, but they have no success here on this channel, so they give up, and that's why they won't come back. Every time the anti-Israelis, there's gonna be a fresh new pile of anti-Israeli crap from new people when we go live again on the next show. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna head out. I'm gonna go get ready for a Persian. Yeah, no, Darkest saying come again, Tiffany. I don't think she's gonna come again. I think like we destroyed, we humiliated her. I think she's gonna cry today. I think she's gonna go cry. But yeah, these people are not gonna come back. But we'll see. We'll see. Anyways, guys, make sure you like the stream. Oh, Amir saying long live Atheist Republic. Thank you, Amir. Appreciate that. And then come subscribe, hit the bell notification, leave a comment, like the show. Like the show. If you don't like the show, dislike it. Use the dislike button. Tell YouTube if you liked it or if you did not like it. And yeah, recommend Atheist Republic to everybody. Okay, it's fun here. I mean, it's informative, but it's also very fun, especially because now we're getting a lot of hate on this channel. We're getting it's becoming a lot more enjoyable. Oh, so Helen's saying she's a hate watcher. Okay, yeah. Maybe she's like secretly in love with us. All right, guys. I'm gonna head out. I'm gonna go get ready for the Persian channel. Don't forget to like. I'm Israel Kai. Javicha. Mwah. Yeah, free Iran. Free Iran from the Islamic Republic.